Hey everyone, Dr. Vic here, and this is day 4 out of 7 days that I dedicated a tribute to my grandmother. Today we're talking about how in life we measure everything that we do. In life, it's all about what kind of car you drive, how big is your house, how much square footage and size do you have, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, how much money do you make, and so much more. And that became the status quo, if you want to call it, of life. Wow, he's successful, or she's successful, or wow, look how well they do, or look how amazing they are. Wow, look at the car they drive. And all this stuff has, and I'm not, trust me, I have nothing wrong with that. I like nice things too. And I love money. Money is what creates all opportunities. But we measure who we are by that. We measure our status, our successes by those things. My grandmother, and the amazing thing about during her funeral, during the homily, the pastor was talking about this, and I loved what he shared because he hit truth about what my grandmother was. And actually, the real fabric, in my opinion, of what I've learned from her life was that when it comes to life, it's the things you do on a daily, consistent basis that is not measurable. You can't measure love. You can't measure joy. You can't measure, happiness, bliss. You can't measure kindness, understanding. These are things and attributes in life that you just can't measure. You can't measure an experience. Some may argue that, but if it's my experience, how are you going to measure my experience? It's my experience. It's my story. And through my grandmother's life, the beautiful thing that she touched so many lives from is that she just did the things that were not measurable on a consistent basis. Did she have financial wealth? Yeah, they did. They were well-to-do. Did they measure their life based on that? Not so much. As they got older, it became more about what really mattered in life. And to them, to my grandparents in general, it was family. It was friends. It was coming together and creating experiences. And from that, it taught me that the real value in life has nothing to do with what you can measure. That's a physical, man-made creation, and it's not the essence of life. The true essence of life is the experiences you have with others. Because let's face it, guys, when you pass on, your day is going to come when you're going to pass on. You will not be on this planet no more. Unfortunately, we're all going that route. But when you come to that place, you can't take the millions, the billions of dollars that you had. You can't take the fancy cars, no matter how many of you have. You can't take the estates, the 10, 12, 20,000 square foot houses that you owned. You can't take none of that. It stays here on earth. The things you can take is the experiences and relationships and connections you had with others. The experiences and relationships that you had with friends, with your own self, the relationships and what you learned more about yourself, rediscovering who you are through that process. Those are the unmeasurable things, and the unmeasurable things are the only things that you can pass on into the next world. It's the only thing you can carry with you. So the question to you then is, where should we be putting our focus on? Again, I'm not saying it's not nice to have a nice car. I'd love to have a nice Ferrari, a Bentley. Those are nice cars. They don't really motivate me, but they're nice cars. Would I like to have a big house? Of course, I can have people over and create experiences. I have a car, I create experiences with people. If I have money, I can travel and take family with me and friends and create experiences with that. That's what my grandmother taught me in her life. How do you create experiences? And stick to the things that matter most and never, ever forget that. Never. I hope this was really a video that impacted you because it truly impacted my life. Because if you talked to me 7 years ago, it was all about the money and getting the cars and getting the house. I was taught that. I was just conditioned to life. That was me until I figured out what I really want, what were my values, and I started learning through my grandparents and their life and talking with them. And when it came to, hey, don't you want to go do this or have this or do that? And they're like, no, this is what matters right here, my family. This is what matters right here, having an experience. And that taught me to do the same. And I'm very fortunate to have learned that, because now when I have kids, it's all about the experiences. It's not about where we go or what this and that, or wow, we took vacations here and there in these big places because that's the status quo. It's we created experience that were unique for us to help continue that on. So I want to thank you for watching. If you like this, please click like, love. If you know someone that could benefit from something like this, go ahead and share it. And if you got a cool story or comment about this story in general, or a nice little story about my grandmother, how you remember that, please go ahead and do so. I want to thank you guys for watching. This is Dr. Vic. This is day 4 out of day 7, tribute to my grandmother. And much love to y'all, and we'll see you next time.